Hey everyone, it is your girl Kiki and I am back with another video. Before I begin, I just wanted to say thank you for all of the subscribers, all of the comments, the likes, the views. I really appreciate it. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, so I really appreciate you all. Also, I am going to start branching out into other things, other nostalgia things, like talking about different, maybe different actors that aren't that well known and what they're up to today and what happened to their career, things like that. Maybe some things about the music industry, like some nostalgia things. Give me some ideas in the comments of things that you all would like to hear and see from me, other than just movies. If you want to see TV shows, just to kind of switch things up. So, I'm going to do the movie Enough. So let's go ahead and jump in. Enough is a 2002 film directed by Michael Apted. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Starring Jennifer Lopez as Slim and Billy Campbell as Mitch. Let's have a discussion about this intriguing thriller. So Jennifer Lopez as Slim falls for Mitch. She falls for him and she meets him in a restaurant, the restaurant that she works. First thing I'd like to discuss is the beginning of the movie. It was kind of scary and telling how Mitch set up that whole scene with the guy betting on Slim just so that he can look like the good guy and the hero and win Slim over. I mean, he could have easily just approached Slim or found another creative way to do it without doing what he did. The fact that he did it that way, it just let me know off bat that he was very manipulative, and he just had a manipulative and con artist type of personality. Of course, she didn't know this at first, but it was just scary to see that, like, wow. He was just manipulative from the jump. Next thing is, I really wish the movie would have told a little bit more about Slim's background, and like why she didn't give out her real name. I don't know if people pay attention to that, but when people usually say I don't give out my real name, usually there's something behind that. Usually there's some, reason why, or something that they've been through, something that they've seen, heard. So I just wish they would have kind of gave a little bit more background as to why she didn't give out her real name and in her life, her background before Mitch. When she finally met her real father, we learned a little bit about him and her mother, but I mean, nothing really significant. Also, when Mitch first got called out for cheating and he told Slim that the woman Darcel did things for him, which I'm assuming was sexual, that satisfied him, and I'm guessing in ways that Slim didn't. I always wonder what that was. I mean, they were married. She seemed very much in love. I remember the one scene where she tried to get in the shower with him and he rejected her, saying he was about to get out of the shower. But of course, it was because he was going to see Darcel. But I mean, I know men cheat regardless of if their wife are having sex with them or not. It's just, it just seemed like a lot. Sometimes I see men do certain things, and a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, I was being rejected by my wife." But here you are with a wife that isn't rejecting you, that is in love with you, want to be intimate with you, and you're going to cheat with someone else. It's just a sad situation. So, one thing this movie should have taught women, if nothing else, is if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom and depend on your husband, fine. I don't have any judgment for that, but I'm just gonna say protect yourself in some kind of a way. That could be with a prenup, stashed away money, or even have a side stream of income. As we seen in the movie, when things went left with Slim and Mitch, he began to freeze accounts and she had no access to money for her and her child. That resulted in them having to sleep in motels, shelters, And thankfully, she was able to soften her father's heart, and he began helping her financially. But had it not been for her father starting to send her money, who knows? Like, and I know this is a movie, but this is also some women reality. So I just feel that if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, do you and your children a favor by trying to think ahead, because nobody usually gets married to get divorced. Trust me, I am a divorcee, and of course, I did not get married to get a divorce. That was never the plan. That was never something that I ever wanted, but it happened. So that just goes to show you life happens. People change, things change. So do yourself and your children a favor and have some type of security. Like I said, it could be a prenup. It could be, you putting some money in your personal savings account or whatever, because a lot of couples do have their own personal account as well as shared, joint accounts. So whether that be stashing away some money, whether that be a prenup, whether that be you doing, social media or some things on the side for another stream of income, and that could be your money that you just have in your account, whatever it may be, at least be able to have something to where if something was to happen with you and your husband and things were to go left and you for whatever reason couldn't stay in the home that you all were living in, at least you could go out, get you and your children an apartment, and be able to at least pay up a couple of months rent and bills until you're able to go out and get yourself a job or yourself some type of income, at least. Because it's just such a hard. Children already have it hard when having to deal with their parents splitting up. And it's even harder having to do what Slim did, go to, a shelter, go to a motel just here and there. And, it's just, it's extremely, hard. Her situation, even when she did get a house, of course, she was in an abusive situation. So her situation was, a little different, but. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is the plan she came up with to unalive Mitch. I feel it was a good idea due to self-defense and due to her being abused and just couldn't seem to get away from him no matter what she was doing. I think if it was me, I would still be afraid. And let me tell you why. Because I just feel like I would be afraid, because I would be thinking that, what if somehow I was to get found out, and it would be found out that I was the one that put those letters in his drawer, and I was the one that, broke into his home and, unalived him. Don't get me wrong. I understand why she did what she did, because she was dealing with a stalker. She was dealing with an abuser. So I understand why she did what she did. I just think I would be afraid of getting found out and being stripped away from my child. But then again, I don't know what I would do in that situation, because she felt she had done everything. She went to the police, but because Mitch had, so much money and so many resources, it was only so much that she could do. If he got locked up, he could just bond himself out. It was just a lot. So I feel that she did all that she could do the right way, and she just felt like she was left with no choice. So you guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think you would do if you were in that situation, or if you have been in that situation, and do you feel that she exhausted all possibilities? Let me know in the comments. But that wraps it up for enough. But I want to say this: if you or anyone in a domestic situation, please try to be a support system to them and be there for them, just like in the movie Slim had her friend that was there for her. And try your best to get out as safely as you can. And I definitely, you are in my prayers. If anyone out there is going through anything like that, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So please, try to get you out safely, and your children, if you have children, And just know that you have people out here that do love, care about you, and support you. And there are resources for you to get help. Okay. All right. Well, I thank you all for tuning in and listening. And until next time, bye.